As you heard, fans don't see any value in showing up early to games. There's no fun activations or incentives that come along with arriving early. The fans that do come early are simply just standing on their phones, waiting in line for the entry pavilion for the gates to open. Fans have expressed their desire to want to come early to the games, but simply just to get to their seats. We want our fans to engage with you before getting to their seats to create a culture and a better sense of belonging to enhance their fan experience. This is a good one. Okay. This image tells a clear story. Fans have arrived early to Gamebridge, eager to enjoy their night at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. But instead of excitement, what we see is frustration and boredom. As you can see in the thought bubbles, all this space with nothing going on, I want something to do, Dad, and when can we finally go in? These are not voices of excited fans, these are voices of disengagement. On Saturday, February 1st, our group attended the game versus the Hawks. Taking a look at the picture on the left at 90 minutes before tip-off, you can see fans entering the arena, but the atmosphere is more like a waiting room rather than an entertainment venue. People are wandering, but there's no activations or energy in this space. Now, fast forward 30 minutes, you can see the crowd is still somewhat there, but the experience is still the same. There is no visible buzz, no excitement, and very few fans are engaged in anything beyond standing and waiting.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to have a show before the show for our fans, which gives the fans excitement before the main event. Jaden Cole from the Savannah Bananas in his book Fans First says, if you create an experience worth arriving early for, your fans will line up hours before the game, excited for the magic to begin. By creating that show before the show moment, this gets fans excited before the game begins and helps them create the community and sense of belonging important for building those memorable moments.
So our group identified 3 distinct fan personas. Starting with the dedicated fan experience seeker, these fans arrive 1 to 2 hours early before the gates open. They're eager to be first in line and maximize every moment of their game day experience. They prioritize opportunities for autographs, early access, and soaking in the atmosphere. While passing the time by, they're on their phones and chatting with others, waiting with purpose. Fans like Tara say, we're always there very early before the gates open. She recommends to get there early, not rush to your seat, and just enjoy the environment. The next fan persona is the efficient game day optimizer. These are the fans that arrive 30 to 60 minutes before tip-off, strategically time their arrival to avoid long lines and crowds. They often pair their game attendance with nearby downtown activities and aim to catch introductions, though pregame festivities aren't a priority. Fans like Michael say usually we would meet up at Kilroy's or somewhere else, and then we would just walk over a good half an hour before the game. By offering and engaging in purposeful activities during that waiting window, we can help our fans make the most of their time and deepen their connection to the Pacers experience. Lastly, we have fans like Andrew, who are the just-in-time attendee. Andrew goes to many games, and he is frustrated if he doesn't make it by tip-off. However, Andrew doesn't see the value in going to the games early. He says, I go to so many games, I don't need to be there early. If I'm seeing the Wizards, I could care less. I'll show up in the second half, no kidding. I try to make it by tip-off every game. If I don't, I'm kind of pissed off. This is simply due, for fans like Andrew, this is simply due to routine and prior commitments. These fans are focused on the game itself rather than the auxiliary experiences. Our group decided to focus on the dedicated fan experience seeker. These are the fans that arrive early, stay late, and crave more than just the game itself. They want the show before the show. the chance to interact with cheerleaders, Boomer, Freddie, Eddie, and more. They want the energy, the connection, and the behind-the-scenes VIP-style moments that make arriving early worth it. Unfortunately, there aren't many fans that are getting that elevated experience. We're trying to change that by crafting exclusive early arrival moments that spark FOMO, build loyalty, and turn the ordinary pregame into something unforgettable. This leads us to ask, how might we transform the early arrival into a can't-miss, must-see experience? Introducing Gold Rush, the solution designed to turn early arrival into the ultimate fan experience. This interactive activation transforms the waiting zone transforms the entryway from a waiting zone to a Pacers-themed hub of excitement. Fans engage with trivia, connect with fellow fans, and build anticipation before the game even begins. Gold Rush creates the environment where fans who are early feel exclusive, rewarding, and essential. This is setting the tone for an unforgettable night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Building off of that excitement, as fans walk into the arena, the energy rises. You see a familiar face at the 90-minute mark, such as Chris Denary saying, with the live call to action, saying, "Hey fans, open your Pacers app. Gold Rush is starting very soon." This grabs a moment of attention onto fans and sets stage for kind of a live interaction, enhancing the fan experience. Taking a further step here, fans will interact with the Gold Rush via the Pacers app to ensure that they receive kind of an exclusive and VIP experience. You will only be able to access this in the entry pavilion or the Bicentennial Plaza. This is kind of going to be made by geofencing of technology that we are going to use through the app to kind of enhance that exclusive experience. At the 85-minute mark, a player such as Tyrese Halliburton will show up stating, "Hey fans, it's Tyrese Halliburton with your first question." This kind of builds anticipation as the energy rises without the arena. On the left-hand side, we have the first question that pops up asking, "What is the name of the Pacers mascot?" On the right-hand side, you see the same question being stated very clearly. This kind of brings a synchronized, sense-wide participation of the arena. If somebody does not prefer to play in the questions, but they still want to participate, it kind of brings that environment together. To continue with the activation, at the 82-minute mark, we have somebody such as Miles Turner come on explaining, "Nice rounds, fans. The first 10 people who had the fastest correct responses have the opportunity to enter with their party at 80 minutes. This builds more anticipation for fans that are really into getting at the game early, wanting to arrive early, and having something to do. Here, after they get the 10 fastest correct responses, like I said, you will get a message on your app after the screen on the television saying you and your party can enter the gates at 80 minutes. Some may not want to enter as early and elect to want to keep playing, and that builds off of getting more points that can go towards benefits, coupons, programs, whatever that can benefit towards that Pacers perks. And then lastly, we have the fans that are just walking in, coming into their scanning their QR codes and a very flexible rate. We have the fans essentially just kind of coming up forward, having their own sense of belonging. This is where the true personalized experience begins, where they kind of have their own option to do whatever they want.
So from here, this is where the adventure begins. Winners were able to choose their enjoyment of fun, whether that's getting autographs from players, heading to the team store for exclusive items. Winners are able to enjoy the early entry of choice. How we envision this is winners will be escorted by pacemates or even a boomer. This small but exciting interaction will make the winners feel celebrated as they go to their destination of choice. I want you guys to imagine for a second how this can be, how this can be envisioned. Here we have father and son, Bob and Jackson. Bob and Jackson show up early as they always do, expecting to wait for the gates to open. But today is different. They play Gold Rush, and they're one of the first 10 winners to win. And now they find themselves going to watch warm-ups early. The usual routine has centered a personalized moment for both Bob and Jackson. Bob and Jackson couldn't help but take a picture to send to their mom. They're both smiling, not because they skipped the lines, but because this feels special. A routine moment of them coming early, waiting for the gates to open, has centered a personalized moment they both can enjoy forever. Their smiles tell it all. Their smiles tell it all. Bob and Jackson are excited. Not because they skipped the lines, because they feel like VIPs. This was a VIP experience for both Bob and Jackson. You're good, I just need a moment. All right, good. Oh, cool. I'll finish with this. Gold Rush is more than just the activation. It is a movement. It builds a sense of community and belonging that will have fans coming back for more. Just like Jackson is doing here, he will tell his friends, which will encourage them to come early too.
If your pregame is just waiting in line, you're missing out. Pacers fans, it's time to unlock the fun fast. Who's ready to play? Here's how it works. After you get through security, open up your Pacers app and look for the Gold Rush activation. You'll get your game pin, but only after you're inside. When you hear the big announcement, get ready to answer fast. Questions will pop up right on your phone and on the jumbo screen. When the first round ends, you pick your path. Keep playing in the lobby to rack up points for Pacers perks. Oregon head in early for an exclusive VIP experience before the lines fill up. You could be escorted by the Pacemates or Boomer, visit the Kids Activations team store, or grab your food before everyone else. Make your pregame legendary. Grab your crew, open your app, and play Gold Rush. The early edge starts here. This is your chance to earn points, unlock perks, and enjoy game day like a true VIP. Are you in?
Gold Rush. The early edge starts here.